Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be on part 2 of thinking outside the box, improvising in an urban survival situation. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so let me set up our scenario for us. Again, back from our last video when I was talking about the office complexes, and you're stuck in an urban, city, or suburb style area. Now, for our scenario, we are in a suburb more area, but we do have industrial complexes close by, office buildings close by, that gives us some things that we can go scavenge in. Now, I do scavenging in 2 ways. My first thing I do a recon scavenge. I go to see what's there and I grab small things that will improve our life right then, and then we can go back and get the bigger items that are for the long-term survival and turning into sustainability. So when I go out, I carry a small bag like this. This is a small haversack, and as you can see, it's stuffed full. I have some small survival items in there with me, like a fire starter. I carry my knife with me. I carry my firearm with me that are on me. And I have a few other survival items in here just in case I get stuck where I'm at. But mainly this bag stays pretty empty because I want to fill it up with small items. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I found some cool stuff in my scavenging that is going to help us grow more in our survival. And I'm going to show you how to make something if you are stuck in these areas and you're not able to cook and boil water like I talked about in the last video. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is this, guys. And a lot of people overlook these. It's a CPU. I'm going to talk about it, but we're not going to do a lot with it in this video because I have other plans for today. But CPUs have a plentiful supply of wire, metal, aluminum, and other parts on the inside that you can create and turn into other items, especially if you have the ability to melt aluminum. Then you can form it and shape it into other tools. Now, items that I found. Now, this is my water bottle that I've had for many years. But look in cabinets in break rooms, because every place I've ever worked, there is a water bottle of some kind that is sitting in there that someone left after they left the company, or the company gave a bunch of them out and they just had extras that are just there for whenever somebody wants one. Also check supply closets, and I've said that in the last video, but check in the actual office space supply closet, because they'll have a lot of, depending on the company, they'll have a lot of branded merch that might be sweatshirts, clothing of other kinds, hats, keychains, knives, water bottles. That is a really good supply of tools and equipment for a survival situation. Now, I also prowled around and I found a little aluminum tin. These are so handy because if I take care of it, I can boil water in it, I can cook in it, I can do a lot of things, including just store items in it. Other little things I've found: super glue, markers, pens. All of these are handy tools that we will be breaking down in other videos to show other uses for them. Another thing I found, and somebody must have got this for a Father's Day present, is a spork. It does not have the little cover on it, but I can wrap it with a little bit of tape or something to protect my hand, or improvise a cover. All right, let me go on the top zipper right here. So I found a lunchbox sitting around that had one of these little bowls, just a little silicone bowl I could use as a cup. I found a first aid kit, just a basic first aid kit that's so handy. I also found tea, black tea, and other flavors, English breakfast tea. All these are pick-me-ups. Accessory packs with sugar and salt and things in them. I found a fork, knife, and spoon. Again, look everywhere, guys, because this is improving my whole situation. I also found another little spork, fork, knife, and spoon. And again, as I'm grabbing things, guys, I'm not looking at it totally like, okay, what kind of fork is this? What kind of spoon is this? I'm just grabbing. These are little stirrer sticks, but they're wood. So I can use it to start a fire if I need to. I got some twine that I found. Someone was probably doing crafts. Now, I found a little bit driver holder that somebody had at their desk, probably to work on their computer or work on something with. I didn't find the bits, but I do have bits here. I found another tactical pen that was probably a gift, but this one has the little screwdriver on the end, which is so handy. And then you got your pen, and then you have a little flashlight that does not work. But if I find batteries, I might be able to make the little flashlight work. I found an accessory of different screws and attachments to like fix a desk or fix a shelf. Found a sterno can. This is going to be important for later. Keys. You can turn keys into spears. Also fingernail clippers. Those are handy. I found a ton of different lighters. Some work, some don't. Masks, because of COVID. I don't know if I can say that word. We'll just call it the big C. I found a bunch of different masks that I can use. Different forms that people had at their desks. I found a small multi-tool. I already have one, but it's a smaller one. I can use it for littler tasks. I found another lighter, a box of matches. This is a screen for a fan cover. Oh, also found a mug, thumbtacks. This is all in this one little bag, guys. More lighters, pencil sharpener. If you do not have a pencil sharpener in your survival kit, especially even going into the woods, you're missing out. You can make small spears, and you're making shavings to build a fire. I also found clips and bolts, and those are going to come in handy here in a minute too. Let me see. And that is everything there. Let me see. Then I have my basic survival stuff here. I have some bank line. I didn't put anything there. But also, I put stuff in my pockets. So I found some screws for wall mount stuff. Let me move the bag over here out of the way real quick. A bottle of hand sanitizer. What else did I find? Old Swiss Army knife. Little bit driver set. Chapstick. And that's, wait, oh, and another big clip. I threw it in my pocket because I seen it sitting on a shelf as I was walking out. And that is it that I found. Now on me, I have my multi-tool, my flashlight, my pen that I always carry with me, my next tool knife, all of that is with me. But this is the stuff that I found scavenging around a desk and around a break room area. Now, I put every bit of this in this small bag, and everything here is going to increase my way of life. Now, let me show you how to make something if you are in a situation to where you can't boil water or you need to keep it hid so you can't build a fire. And that is where the sterno comes in handy. All right, guys, so I'm gonna take my basic items I have here and we're gonna make a small grill to be able to cook on. Now, this screen that goes over a fan, these little holes were not big enough. Now, I could have took the bolt and a small hammer and hammered them in. I had a small punch that I was able to drift these holes out with. But all I'm gonna do is take the bolt, take the clip it on, clip it tight, and then adjust as you need to. The cool thing with these clips is that if I need to adjust this up and down, I can. Now I'm gonna have to take it off the fire and adjust it up and down, but that's fine. Get it as tight as I possibly can. Now, if the clip is too big like this one, it's not gonna work, but I'll use these for something different. The very small ones will work, but understand they might not be able to hold up under the pressure. So kind of get the ones that fit what you need. And it also depends on what you set on top of this. Now this surface is big enough. I'm gonna spread them out a little bit. Tighten that one up. And now I have a basic surface that I can set my water bottle on. Now, get my screwdriver out of this on the mini multi-tool that I found. Gonna open up our sterno can. Now, there's our sterno. You can see gel on the inside. This is basically just an alcohol fuel, like hand sanitizer. So I can use those in conjunction with each other. Now, this is setting a little low down for my taste. But because I've never used the sterno before, I'm gonna light it, check everything, and then if I need to lower this, I can. Use one of my matches that I have, because these will need to stay around the campsite, because if they get wet, they won't work as well. Now, the sterno's lit. I can see the blue flame, but I'm gonna actually turn the light off and bring you guys in close so you can see it. The reason why I like using sterno or alcohol fuel, especially in these survival situations, is if I'm needing to light this and I don't need anyone to know that I'm boiling water or cooking or doing something, then I can light it and no one can see it. It's really hard to see. And I can have it easily confined behind something and it's not producing a ton of light. So let me flip the light out here and see if we can get it to where we can see this. All right, guys, so you can see it burning, but it's a really, really light flame. Now, with the light on, you can't see it at all, but it is producing enough heat on top that I can set my water bottle up here on top of it. And don't slam stuff down, set it down light. And now I can start processing water. Is it gonna take a while? Yes. This is a big bottle. If I'm using the little aluminum tin that we have, let me grab that. So I have the aluminum tin and I can set that on top here, pour water in it, put enough in there to where I need to, and then I can boil water right with that. And then I have my container that I can clean out and use to store the water in. And if I need to, I have random things around here, guys, that I can raise this sterno cup up and be able to boil water that way also. So let me show you another trick of something else that I have that we can do. All right, guys, so one of the cool things with sterno also, and I pushed it out and put these two pieces of metal here for our next demonstration. Sterno, you just drop the cap on, let it set a couple minutes, it's out, pop the lid back down on tight so you don't lose anything, and you're good to go. Now, the other thing I want to show you is this. I took the hand sanitizer, you can see it jiggling in there, and I put it in a candy tin. Again, I'm gonna use one of the matches. Now, I might have to get this particular item closer. That's what the two pieces of steel are for. And I can always raise or lower this, the grill also. But I'm gonna flip out the light, but as you can see, it is burning. You can see that it caught this back on fire. But let me flip out the light so we can see if we can see it burning. Now, alcohol or hand sanitizer burns really well. And as you can see, we got the blue flame glowing there underneath to be able to cook. And that's flames going high enough that I will be able to boil water or cook or do whatever I need to do. And I have plenty of hand sanitizer in all the places that I've been scavenging to be able to have this odorless, flameless fuel, or odorless, very low flame fuel to be able to boil water or cook or do whatever I need to do. Now, as you can see, we're already starting to get warm up here. The water's already starting to warm up. Can slide it in and let it do everything it needs to do. Now, to put it out, I'll put it out the same way I put out the sterno. I will take my lid and put it over the top of it, and it'll go out. All right, guys, so as you can see, our water is starting to boil. And again, you can't see the flame on the bottom. That's very important, especially in the urban, city, or suburb environment, because if there's a lot of other people around and they see fire, they're gonna come to that fire. Now, there is a little smoke that's burning off because there was paint and some debris on that fan cover. But as it burns off and I burn it off completely, that smoke will go away and won't be there anymore. And I don't have to worry about it. But you can see the water's already starting to boil, so I could cook noodles in this. I could process my water very easily and very fast. And just like the sterno, you can actually puff on this really hard, and as long as this is the tin isn't filled up too much with alcohol or hand sanitizer, you can just puff it out or just put the lid on it and it'll go out. Be careful with this though, because it is a liquid that is on fire. So if you move it too much or bump it, you could potentially catch your area on fire. These are really nice to be able to use for smaller places, or if you're in an area where you don't want someone to see the flame or see what you're doing, you can light this and no one's really going to know what's going on because the flame isn't flaring up, and because of the alcohol, it doesn't show the flame unless the lights are out. So, guys, that is our video. Now in the next video, we're going to be breaking apart the CPU and tearing down each component to talk about what we could use each thing for. And again, thinking really outside the box on how to make tools for our survival. Guys, I will see you on the next one. Get outside and have an adventure. God bless.